So welcome back everyone, Triple M here. Today I wanted to give you a 5-month update on my T-Mobile whole home internet service. So if you guys haven't been following, in June I decided to give T-Mobile whole home internet a try. I received the product, did a full review unboxing, went over all of its features, and after using it for a couple of days I decided to get rid of Spectrum, make T-Mobile my primary internet service. So if you guys haven't seen that intro video, that unboxing, that setup, go ahead and check it out. I'll go ahead and link a video in the top right. But today what I wanted to do is just a 5-month update. We're going to go over my current setup, my usage, my bill, and my first bill, the speeds that I'm getting, as well as the comparison between my mobile data and my T-Mobile whole home internet, my devices that are on my network as far as cameras and my Ring. Get a lot of questions about that. How's the gaming? A lot of questions about that too. I am going to cover some of the negatives about the T-Mobile whole home internet as well. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. So let's go ahead and start off with my current setup. So if you guys have been following, you know that I moved recently. The house fortunately came with a mini communication box, and that's where I had some of the Ethernet routed to the different areas in my house. So what I did there, guys, is you can see I have the T-Mobile whole home internet just sitting in that cubby, and above that I put my main router. That router is my Synology router. I've been using it for a couple years now, and I love the ability to manage and just the overall user interface of that router. So T-Mobile is below. I use one of the Ethernet ports in the T-Mobile whole home internet and routed that to my Synology router. From there I do have some network cables that goes to different rooms. So one of the rooms that is connected to my Synology router is my main office or the studio where I do my recording. So that connection actually powers a lot of additional devices. I have a couple network attached storages, I have my PC, I have my Nvidia Shield, some other streaming boxes, mini PCs. So a lot of equipment that's actually in my office that's networked back to my Synology router. Now in addition to that, I do have security cameras. If you guys look, I do have a PoE switch or power over Ethernet, and that does connect back to my router as well, but it also powers and provide network to the 4 cameras that I have on my property. And you can take a look there. These are actually 4K cameras. They are being managed on a Synology network attached storage via the surveillance station. All of these I've done videos on, so I'll go ahead and link those in the description. And in addition to that, guys, I have devices connected wirelessly to my Synology router. So I have Ring doorbells, I have wireless devices, smart switches, mobile devices. So there's quite a bit on the T-Mobile whole home internet, and I haven't really experienced any issues. So with all these connected, let's go ahead and we'll just go into the usage. So like I said, I did start the service in June, and I believe this dashboard only shows the past 4 billing cycles, which is fine. So as you can see, guys, consistently I've used a little bit under a terabyte a month. The first month in June, I believe that was a half month. That's when the actual service started. And then you can see there I have July, which I used 818 gigabytes, and then August 795, 788, and we're currently in October, and you can see current usage is about 666, and that might go up to about 800 or so. So you can see my usage is maintained. A lot of people ask if I've seen any slowdowns, and I really haven't, guys. I use it how I normally do. I have a lot of devices on this T-Mobile whole home internet, and I haven't noticed any slowdowns, and we'll get into what speeds I'm getting here in a little bit. So let's talk about my bill and my first bill. So I did a dedicated video on just what my first bill was, and it was quite a surprise at first, but then I spoke to the T-Mobile rep and it kind of all made sense. So the whole home internet is $50 a month flat. There's no additional charges, no equipment fees, no taxes. Everything is as it is, flat rate. And I should let you know that I do have the automatic payment set up. So some people that are paying $60, maybe that's the reason they're paying the extra $10. My first bill was a little bit off, and it was a little bit higher than I expected, but after speaking to the T-Mobile rep, they did explain to me it's because of when I actually started the service. So I started in the middle of June, I believe, and because of where my billing cycle was, that was cleared up, and they did actually drop that additional cost. So essentially that portion of June was free, and after the first bill, $50 a month consistently. So hopefully that answers some of your questions. Let's go over our speeds. So consistently I've been getting speeds between 200 and 300 megabits per second, sometimes a little bit over 300 megabits per second on the download. On the upload, normally it's about 15 to 20, just depending how busy the network is, but it's been more than enough to do what I need to do. Also did a comparison between my T-Mobile Whole Home Internet and my regular 5G mobile device, and this was a request from a viewer. So what I found in that test is that for the most part, the T-Mobile Whole Home Internet is a little bit faster than your mobile device, and what I chalked that down to is just that the whole home internet, the device itself, has a lot more antennas. Not only is it better at load balancing because it does have to handle multiple requests, but it also has better communications with the towers. So that's what I chalked that out to. Like I said, that video, I'll go ahead and link it in the description as well. I'll link all these videos that I referenced in this video. So a lot of questions about streaming as well. Streaming 4K videos requires, I believe, 30 megabits per second. I've never ever dropped below that with this service. So I'm able to watch Netflix with no issues. Plex, I'm able to stream with no issues. YouTube TV, anything video wise, you're not going to have any issues. So next, let's talk about home security, and especially my Ring cameras. Some people are concerned that the whole home internet does not allow you to view your cameras and your Ring cameras and get your notifications while you're not on site. So that's absolutely false. I do have a Ring doorbell. I get the notifications where I'm at work, when I'm out of the house. Communication is fine there as well. I have a home security, as I mentioned before, with 4 cameras set up. These are 4K cameras. I do have the ability to view them all site, no issues there as well. Over the gaming, I'm not a hardcore gamer. I'm not a competitive gamer, but sometimes I'll throw Call of Duty on there or anything else on my mobile device, and I don't notice the difference. Hardcore gamers are concerned about the ping time, which is around 30 milliseconds, but for my use, I haven't seen it or had any issues. So we talked about the positives, the billing, setup. Let's go over some of the negatives, guys. So the first negative, and this turns off a lot of people, is there's no port forwarding on T-Mobile Whole Home Internet. So if you guys are used to remoting into your devices, if you guys have a special setup where you need to connect back to your home, T-Mobile Whole Home Internet does not allow port forwarding. So that's something to keep in consideration. For me, yes, it's a concern, but it wasn't a deal breaker because I can still circumvent and get to what I need to. It wasn't a deal breaker for me, but it was a concern. And the other negative about this is that the user interface is somewhat limited on the T-Mobile Whole Home Internet itself. So yes, you have a UI, you can view the networks, but you can't make any good changes. You can't set static IP addresses. Of course, you can't port forward. You can't do a lot of things that you would be able to do on a traditional router. And for that, the easy fix or the easy way to circumvent that is to just connect your own router like I did to the T-Mobile and run everything through that router. For the most part, that's what I do. Everything's running through the Synology. And sometimes I'll connect directly to the T-Mobile Whole Home Internet with my mobile device because of the Wi-Fi 6 capabilities. But besides that, everything's being run off Synology and it still works as it should. So guys, that was my 5-month follow-up to the T-Mobile Whole Home Internet. Again, if you have any additional questions, drop them in the comments. As always, hit the thumbs up on this video, share this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.